After just 44 days in office, during which she lost the confidence of Tory MPs and the public, according to the polls, and oversaw market turbulence. Plenty of analysis coming up next.
It's 2 o'clock. This is Sky News, live from Downing Street. Liz Truss resigns as Prime Minister after just 44 days in office.
I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party. I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party.
There will now be a leadership election within a week, with Liz Truss saying she'll remain as Prime Minister until a successor is announced. Sky News understands the Chancellor Jeremy Hunt will not stand for the leadership. We will have live coverage throughout the afternoon as we get the latest reaction to Liz Truss's resignation and the front-runners to replace her. Good afternoon, then, from Downing Street, where in the past half an hour, Liz Truss has resigned as Prime Minister. After just 44 days in office, she said she recognised that she could not deliver on her mandate. A leadership election will be completed within a week. Here is Liz Truss's statement in full.
I came into office at a time of great economic and international instability. Families and businesses were worried about how to pay their bills. Putin's illegal war in Ukraine threatens the security of our whole continent, and our country has been held back for too long by low economic growth. I was elected by the Conservative Party with a mandate to change this. We delivered on energy bills and on cutting national insurance. And we set out a vision for a low-tax, high-growth economy that would take advantage of the freedoms of Brexit. I recognise, though, given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party. I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party. This morning I met the chairman of the 1922 committee, Sir Graham Brady. We've agreed that there will be a leadership election to be completed within the next week. This will ensure that we remain on a path to deliver our fiscal plans and maintain our country's economic stability and national security. I will remain as Prime Minister until a successor has been chosen. Thank you.
So they said it was only a matter of time, and so it has proved. Our political editor, Beth Rigby, is with me. Was this an inevitability?
It was an inevitability, Mark, pretty much. It became more inevitable, if you like, as it went along. I think what has surprised people was the speed of the departure. So from the reversal on the 45 pence tax to then the junking of the mini budget, the departure of the Home Secretary, the U-turn yesterday on pensions, it felt like Liz Truss was not running the government, that the benches were running her. And if you're a Prime Minister without a policy platform and without the authority within your parliamentary party, there's only a certain amount of time that you can hang in there. I think what's been surprising, what has surprised many senior Conservatives, was what the speed of the departure. One former Cabinet Minister I was talking to last night said to me, look, Beth, we know how this is going to end. The only question now is the speed. Events, dear boy, sometimes, isn't it? And I think what happened last night in the Commons, it meant things unravelled much more quickly than people actually wanted as well. It should be said that Graham Brady and his team would have preferred that she had stayed in post until the end of the month. And I think that's why now the leadership race is so short and condensed. It will probably be MPs only, because it's only going to be a week long. She said within a week. Within a week. I'm sure we will hear soon about what Sir Graham Brady intends to do, but within a week. And the reason I'm checking my phone going like mad is I'm trying to work out who is and isn't going to run. Jeremy Hunt has ruled it out. He ruled it out, actually, in an interview to me on Monday, saying Mrs. Hunt and the three three little Hunts had ruled it out on his behalf. And I only half believed him, because often politicians say that, but he's ruled himself out again. Clearly, Rishi Sunak will want a tilt at the top job. Penny Mordaunt, Ben Wallace, Suella Braverman will also no doubt be looking at options, and could she potentially team up with Kemi Badenoch to form the sort of right-wing ticket of the party. That was the sort of trio between her and Liz Truss and Kemi. They were the right, so will those two team up on a double ticket? The question will be is how high do they set the threshold and who gets through, because they do not want a big horse race of a number of MPs battling it out. They're going to want to make this a very short, snappy campaign. They need a new Prime Minister in a week before October 31st. I can't keep up with events, Mark. I've done this job for a long time. I have never seen anything like it. Is absolutely astonishing.
I know, and I know you've got to run.
I do.
I've got. The last few weeks have been a shambles, or something.
They've been a shambles.
The last 24 hours, though, takes the.
It's like nothing I've ever known, and even in those moments in July when Boris Johnson was staying in, I remember it so well, and the number of resignations were ticking up and ticking up and ticking up. It was